Hello, everyone, and welcome to race 1 of season 12. We are here in Australia to start off the new season, and after the break of UR2D, we are the first of 4 races happening today. The first race of the AL and JL seasons, and the second half of the CL and UL seasons. We have got many new people joining us today. We've got Adria NNN. Arbor's returning. VZS is a returning player. He has raced before in the leagues, just took a couple season break, looking to come back pretty strong here. We've got Mika to Mika, who didn't race last season but is racing now. Nilo raced the last race of last season. Suject has came, I believe, from the mobile leagues and is absolutely rapid, so watch out for him after the first lap of qualifying. It is Mika to Mika that's went pole position with a 39.4. That will be improved on by quite a lot. Also, Mig is new, What a Dog is new, and we've already talked about Adriana with a 42 too. That is a great time. Mika to Mika currently on provisional pole. We have got a co-commentator, and it's not the usual one. It is not Guzzy Man. It is Kiato. Hello, Kiato.
Hello, Ben. How are you doing?
I am amazing. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm excited for this brand new season. I don't know what can you expect about it.
Well, given there's 3 new people with about 3 seconds between lap times, I'd imagine chaos into turn one. Um, Other than that, any sort of predictions for pole position, race win, podium?
I think that I would go ball with BZS because he got the experience and he's been lately in the previous seasons showing sometimes in I think until CL, and he did it quite solid. So I think I would go for him and Tamika.
Yeah, well, 100%, but we will see now. It is looking like it's going to be VZS who takes pole position. That is rather unexpected, I would say. Subject had one of the best TT times in UR2D on this track, and he's not on pole. So, do you want to run us through the grid for the race?
Yes, absolutely. It's BCS in the pole with a 39-38, followed by Mika to Mika, who's on a tie with Shaq. So we'll see who will get that second place because they are on a tie, 39-45. Then on P4 we got Lexus with a 39-58. Then Axis, Ricky Boy, Nilo, Rober, Mick, and What the Duck in top 10. And the only driver outside of it on 42 is Adrian. Wow.
That is, yeah, this is a pretty stacked grid we've got for AL this season. Quite a few returning drivers in Axis, Lexus, all sort of podium fighters. Okay, it is like third time lucky here, but we are here and ready to start the race. It is all eyes to the lights, which are taking their sweet time to start, but they go, and it is lights out. And away we go. VZS on pole, eject in second. Mika to Mika almost pushing Lexus off first track. It is 4 wide into turn one. Eject takes the lead of the race. Ricky Boy up in the mix of it. Lexus getting pushed off track. Juan and Nilo both going off track. What a Dog and Arbor getting pushed off track. Axis getting pushed off track. Everyone is getting pushed off track, and we're seeing already Subject and VZS. Oh my god. Well, that was a lag
Neil.
rocket and a half, but VZS and Subject have ran away with this already. Mika to Mika in third. We are seeing the 2 McLarens going side by side like we did in F1 a little bit earlier, but it is AL, so they both completely fucked each other. That might need to get beat. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear here. If not, I apologise. Subject is in a pretty dominant first place with VZS, and then just the rest. Ricky Boy going off track. What the heck is he doing there? I don't know. Mig with his relatively good debut so far. Axis going off track. Kiara, what the hell has just happened in the start of this race?
I don't really know. I've seen Shaq that going absolutely creating the gap. He's going quite fast. 1 second. I think he's extended the gap to VSS. He's doing so.
Mm.
And then I've seen plenty of dive bombs I've seen Mika going up and down, and now I'm back to P3. Oh, almost squishing Robert there into the pit wall. But I've seen really some drama at the back. I've seen, I think it was Adrian into the grass, especially here on the middle sector, heading up into the hairpins and the chicanes, and everyone's sending it and touching the grass. Oh, and Mig now touching
Oh
X's.
my god. Yeah, this is
Absolutely the carnage.
looking like we're gonna have a pretty fun
Oh, but
season on our
VCS
hands.
is catching
Yeah.
up.
VZS has caught onto the back of Sejek, who's made a couple of mistakes quite early on and then in this race. Wow, it's been a long time since I've had to commentate this fast. Jesus. Seject has been caught by VZS on the medium tires. Seject would have wanted to make the most of the softs, but hasn't been able to do so. We've got a big pack here at the back. Cameraman, I think that is Guzzy Man, just wanting to come in and I don't know, watch again. Juan, Juan, what a dog, and Adria getting completely pushed off the track by Juan number 2, I guess. Mig having a pretty good
One
race
number
in
two.
ninth. Lexus, Nilo, Axis in a bit of a world of his own, catching the pack, fighting, which is Rabber and Ricky Boy Arbor, who has kind of been a CL driver last season, in 5th in AL,
Yeah.
fighting with Ricky Boy. I'd imagine that's not where he'd ought to be. So Jack's
Ooh,
making even
dangerous from
more
Ricky.
mistakes
Oh,
here. He's, yeah, definitely struggling with the race pace in contrast to his quali pace, this being his first proper race in the UR2D PC leagues. I believe he came from mobile, I might be mistaken, but VZS is no stranger to the PC leagues and no stranger to a little bit of a dive bomb. We might see one soon if he can catch the jack, but they both seem to be making quite a few mistakes, allowing Mika to Mika caught about a second that lap there, although went quite slow through the final corner, so lost a bit of time again. Arbor has excuse me, found space from Ricky Boy, who's being caught by Axis, who is another returning driver, with a bit of an interesting line through turn 1 there. That is not the ideal line. Everyone's kind of got big gaps to each other now. I guess we will only see when people start pitting, because there is a big rainbow
yes.
of the tires here.
And
So yeah, I look
and Ben,
forward
I
to
think
that.
that soft runners will start pitting now. The sixth lap, it's the optimum or more so.
Yeah.
The soft compound. Then the medium should last around between 8, 9 laps, and then the hots that can go up to 11. So probably going for 2 pit stops or something, or maybe one. The ones who want to risk
Oh,
the most.
VZS. VZS
Uh,
going down the
oh,
inside.
absolutely
Oh,
sending it.
whoa. That was a little bit of a weaving there into that overtake, but we are seeing just what you're saying. 6 laps is the optimum because the Jag is struggling on the soft tyre
Oh,
on the 7
mistake.
lap. Oh my god. Sejek will pit now unless he hates himself. Yes, he does. And so does VZS off of the medium after 7.
Mm.
They're all pitting off the mediums after 7 laps.
I think he might be protecting himself from the overcut.
Huh. Nah, AL
Because if
drivers aren't smart enough to do that.
oh, well, we don't know. We don't know,
Axis in
but
P1.
might be smart. I think that might be smart what he done. Oh, oh, be aware of that because now Mika to Mika is with VSS, and now the last thing he would want to is to lose time with him because he knows that he's battling for the win, and now losing time with traffic is not optimum for his race. But who's with traffic? It's Shaq, who's now taking away Axis, or Axis will do something turn 1, maybe?
No, he pretty much just lets
Hey.
Seject through, trying to follow the slipstream as Nilo pits and dropping down the order. Meg has pit onto soft, so doing 3 softs maybe. That could work well for her. We've got a very big gap in between most drivers
By
here.
my side, yes, it's Amika. And clean overtake.
Oh, yeah, that was. Yeah, this has been a
That was a
very
clean
interesting
overtake.
race. Axis has got. Does pit now onto another set of hards, I'm guessing. Um,
Maybe mediums. Maybe mediums could be.
yeah.
Yeski too with
Oh yeah,
mediums.
7 laps, of course. I'm being stupid. We come out. Axis has came out in P7, but on much nicer tires than Lexus, who has been a little bit in a world of his own this race, which is a little bit strange to see. We were used to seeing him fighting for podiums last season. Seject up at the top, just having a wonderful race, a wonderful debut race. 3 seconds ahead of VZS and Mika Tamika, who are fighting. Mika Tamika racing in JL and CL later, fighting against VZS, who I believe is doing the same. Seject will be racing all the way from AL to JL, I believe, if Hanandi is definitely not racing. We've got 2 wide in between Mig and Nilo into the last turn. Nilo will be going for a dive bomb into turn 1. How dirty will this one be? Does anyone get pushed off track? Yes, they do. Meg gets pushed off a little bit there, but all in all, an okay move. This has been quite a fun battle.
Oh,
That is. I was just about to say that's been a very interesting battle to watch, and we're not getting any of it anymore. I apologise. That's the commentator's curse, for God's sake. Subject 4.5 seconds in front of Mika Tamika, who is fighting VZS, although kind of gapped him a little bit. Arbor in P4, Ricky Boy with a pretty solid P5. I know he was struggling coming into this race, and Track Axis dropping back to P7, losing a bit of time to Lexus Nilo with a pretty solid race in P8. I believe this is either his second or third AL race, so not too shabby for him. Then we've got Meg, and then 10 seconds back, Juan, what a dog, and Adria, I believe that's how you pronounce it. And we're about to see Adria get lapped by Seject, who is having an incredible race. 6 seconds ahead of Mika Tamika, getting into a bit of a rhythm now. Mika Tamika and VZS go 2 wide into turn 1, although that was pretty clean by VZS. I thought we were going to see another dive bomb there, but we didn't. VZS still in the slipstream of Mika Tamika, just kind of letting him through a little bit, gets a much better exit out of that very strange turbo section, and goes for almost the dive bomb into the hairpin, but just mistimes it. He backed out of it a little bit, but they both make mistakes, allowing VZS to try round the outside 2 wide. Oh wow, this has been pretty much 2 wide this entire lap here. VZS again, much better exit through there into the main straight. Sorry, VZS gets the slipstream and will get 2 wide once again into turn 1. It was pretty clean again. VZS still just behind and makes a little mistake.
but he's no, he's not on the slipstream. No, he's not. But he has pace. He has the pace. Mika makes mistakes. VCS will try to lead it on the hairpin. What the hell
Arbor.
was that?
What the?
Going? Oh!
Oh no, we've got Arbor. Oh, my God, what is going on? Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is why we watch AL. This is why we watch Apprentice League. And
Mika goes wide. Mika goes wide.
Seject's 12 seconds ahead after all of that.
And Mika waving on track. That was not good. Now we have another battle for the P3 for the podium. Oh, and Mika gets now smacked into the gravel. Ricky Boy mistake again. Lexus, and now Mika Tamika fighting for the P4. Everything is lost for him. But not lost for Shaq, absolutely.
Oh my days. This has been... now we've got Arbor and VZS in the podium spots. Arbor just went... probably looked at went off at them going absolutely sending it off track. That was an impressive lag rocket there. Between Mika Tamika and VZS. Ricky Boy pushing Mika Tamika into the pit wall. What the fuck? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's going from bad to death for Mika Tamika here. He's went from like P2 to 4th.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I feel for him there.
Pushing. No mercy now.
Jeezy peeps. This is wow. Anyway, we're starting the final lap. The only driver that's currently got peace on this track, Seject, finally starting the last lap of this race. 13 seconds ahead of VZS in second. Oh my God.
That might be one of the biggest gaps of AL for a winner.
Not sure, yeah, but... I remember F1 fan in my debut season won a race by like 22 seconds. because
Oh,
it was pretty
dang.
much the same thing. It was Siema AL, Bana Mill, and Connor were battling, and Bana had a massive lag rocket into both of them. But anyway, I go off on a tangent. Seject wins in his debut AL race by 13 seconds. We've got a big ass gap now to fill with VZS in second. Very unfortunate for Mika Tamika. It could be a bit of a race to the line here because we've got a big ass straight, but it won't be VZS in second with his return. Arbor in P3, Mika Tamika in P4, Ricky Boy in P5, Axis P6, Lexus P7, Nilo in P8, Meg on her debut in P9 with the 2-stop strategy not really working out with the 3 softs, but that's maybe a good thing for
Yeah.
her, not getting caught up in all of that absolute chaos. 1, 2 in P8,
Oh,
P10, my
hold on.
bad. And
Oh, we cut out.
in the bottom 2, What a Dog and Adria. Holy moly,
Wow.
is the only thing I can think to say. That was I'm
Really interesting race.
I'm
Not
kind of
gonna lie.
lost for words. What the hell we've just witnessed.
I
Um,
don't really know. I don't really know. But it was quite fun, and I hope that the whole AL season looks like this.
I don't think my blood pressure could take if the whole AL season is like this. That was uh, maybe not the cleanest race we've ever seen in AL.
Really not.
Oh my god, that was that was fun. That was
That was
fun.
weird.
That was
That
awesome.
was fun.
That was the
Very
best
bit
AL race
fun,
I've
yeah.
seen. That's really unfortunate for Mika to Mika. He
Ooh,
should have had a
yeah.
podium. He 100% should have had a podium, but unfortunately VZS got straight up his gearbox and they had a little bit of a moment. So Mika to Mika, really unfortunate for you, but that was a great race from everyone who was involved. We go to next week. Will be also in Australia at Eris Murphy Dahar. We're going to go to Australia next week as well in for 15 laps, a much longer circuit than this one, and hope for just as much chaos. Thank you so much to Kiato for co-commentating and everyone for watching. Adios.